Jason Statham never thought that he just bought a pancake for his son. When he returned, he actually saw his son shot by gangsters, because his son saw the whole process of gangsters robbing and overtaking. Jason, whose brother-in-law was Iga, immediately rushed up but was hit by gangsters' bullets and fell to the ground on the spot. Jason obeyed orders to remember the gangster's face and then fainted. The gangsters thought Jason was dead, so he fled the scene with cash. Fortunately, Jason was taken to the hospital in time, which made him very sad. However, Jason will kill those who rob the cash truck and get away with it himself. Although the real murderer was not investigated, after discussing with his men, Jason found that this incident was probably done by an insider, and the breakthrough was the security guard of the Rhyme car. It was likely that the security guard and the gangster cooperated inside and outside, otherwise the gangster couldn't have left any clues. So Jason decided to enter the security company to investigate the truth. He passed the first interview of the security company with a false identity, and then lowered his strength in the final interview so that all the assessments just reached the crossing line. Jason received the task of escorting banknotes, but he was robbed on the road. His colleague Lao Bai was quickly caught and threatened by gangsters. Jason handed over all the cash, and Jason had to follow it when he saw it. But when he threw the purse, he suddenly shot and killed one who wanted to order chicken. When he saw it from the fire, Jason had to send away these silly pulps with a gun, and the last one wanted to escape. Jason shot him in the leg and then sent him away without hesitation. Colleagues were shocked by Jason's marksmanship, which was not what he should have at all. Then Jason quickly checked the gangster's face, but he didn't find the real murderer. One after another applauded, but Jason didn't agree and continued to carry out the task with Lao Bai. As a result, he was robbed again on the road. First, he scared away the crowd with gunshots, then sprayed black paint on the rhyming car, then sprayed smoke into the car and forced Jason to get off the car with a gun. But when the robbers saw Jason's true face, they roared like a ghost. They were frightened and fled, which made Lao Badehorn look confused, but they didn't know that the gangsters were all Jason's men. Afterwards, Jason secretly took a photo of his colleagues' work photos and then sent them to his men for investigation. Kim and this insider is making Jason's colleague Lao Bai. In order not to be hindered by Jason, Lao Bai revealed his identity as an insider, which made Jason feel choppy in his heart. But Lao Bai unloaded the bullets in his gun in advance and would kill him if he didn't cooperate. Jason said calmly after listening to it, "There before nobody. Even then you can look the other way. Find the real murderer who killed his son." Jason had to agree temporarily. Lao Bai was very satisfied with this and immediately informed the gangsters and then drove the cash truck to the street. The location also turned off the camera on the car. When the headquarters called to inquire about the situation, Lao Bai immediately lied that it was being repaired, and then the gangsters with masks appeared. Jason watched them get on the Rhyme car and smoothly entered the company's warehouse. After the car stopped, the gangsters quickly got out of the car and treated all the employees present. However, the police still received an alarm and could come within 10 minutes, so the gangster quickly began to load the front box in the back. But at this moment, the employee hiding in the corner suddenly fired, attracting the attention of the gangster. He took the opportunity to fight back, knocked down the guard's treatment, and then strangled her severely. But the gangster was not the real murderer. Jason immediately put on his clothes, found the gangster who was loading money, threatened him with a gun to take down the level 3 vote, and immediately went to Jason. As a result, he was raided by Jason as soon as he entered the door, but the bullet didn't penetrate the level 3A. Seeing that the bullets in the gun had been fired, Jason pulled out the enemy's knife and sent him to the northwest. Then Jason came out with a gun and fled, and the gangster was a fierce output, but the other party was able to shoot back. Jason quickly dodged, and the patient's good bullets were frantically exported to the gangster, again successfully killed 2 enemies, scaring others to rush to the car. Jason wanted to continue shooting, but he was seen by Jason, who was not about martial arts, and fell to the ground on the spot. After that, the gangster drove away, but he was blocked by Jason, who was lying on the ground. When the banknotes were about to be loaded, the gangster suddenly came out. Hand shot Lao Bai away. Then he drove away from the scene. The gangster thought he could be chic in the second half of the club, but the former agent suddenly heard the sound of his mobile phone. He immediately took out his mobile phone, but there was another voice behind him. The gangster turned around and looked only to find that the person who came was Jazz's mobile phone. He secretly put it in. He saw Jason throw a file bag to the gangster, with not only the cause of his son's death, but also the picture of his son. The gangster remembered the child he killed. Jason came here for revenge. This time, before the gangster asked for disturbance, Jason shot him in the way, then hit the gangster's skin and lungs respectively, and finally ended him with one shot, because Jason wanted to kill him by the means of his son. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.